Greetings everyone. I hope you are all well. Today I've been drawn to do a guided meditation to an enchanted isle. So settle yourself down comfortably and we shall begin. Now, first of all, I'm going to give you these stones, yin and yang stones for you to hold to balance yourself. And then I'm going to put this coral, this sea mushroom, which cleanses and clears and will ground you. I'm going to place that at your feet. Okay. So breathe out and sigh. And I'm just going to shake the sand, cleanse your auric field. Just let everything drop away from you. Shake it out. Shake it out. And shake it out. Now, as you're aware, things are a bit difficult on Mother Earth at the moment. It is the 11th of April. And I can't really help it if there's any outside noise at the moment. But just let the outside world fall away. And we'll go on a little armchair journey to the Enchanted Isle. Breathe out. So before we begin, I'd just like you to grow roots out of your shoulders and down past your hips and knees. They grow down and down and down to the very center, to the very core of the earth, where they find a giant stone to wrap themselves around, keeping you tight to Mother Earth. Breathe out again. Really start to feel your solid foundation that is your 3D body, your container. Okay. And then I'd like you to start protecting. So imagine that you are looking up towards the heavens and a spinning disc of light and love moves all the way down you from the source. Watch and feel it envelop you within its layers of warmth, love and light, moving all the way around you and through you and within you. And you are now fully protected and safe and calm. And I just would like you to imagine that you are walking through a sea mist, and you can hear the waves on the other side. Keep walking, and keep walking. And as you walk, I'm just going to draw the non-traditional Reiki Master symbol into this, to overlight this visualization journey. And then I'm going to draw the Honsha Shorten into you now, to cover distance, space and time for all those watching when this is released, and for all those who watch it afterwards. And breathe out again. And remember, you are keep walking through the sea mist, feeling the sand on the bottom of your feet. And then before you realize it, the mist disperses, shafts of sunlight break through. And as the mist clears, you realize that you are on a beach, a beautiful beach. The beach of your inner cove, a place where you can go for rest and respite from the busy, chaotic world. And I'd just like you to sit on that beach for a second. Plunk yourself down and just regrow those roots into the sandy, salty sands below you. And just look out onto the horizon, where you can see an island just rising up out of the sea, an ethereal, magical island called the Enchanted Isle. But before we go there, I just want you to relax still further. And I'd like you to take a deep breath in for the ground below you, holding the air in your lungs for a little while and breathing out into the cleansing abalone, and let it suck all that negative energy out. And then take another deep breath in for the skies above you. Again, holding the air in your lungs for a little while and letting the shell suck the breath away from you as you breathe out. And then a last deep breath in for the seas surrounding these sacred lands that we live on. And as you do that, I'm going to draw the abalone symbol: earth, air, fire, water and ether. This is a cleansing, healing symbol from the oceanic Reiki path. And then we activate that with a chokore, chokore, chokore. And then settle your breathing down to its natural pattern. Nobody wants anything from you at this moment, and nobody needs anything from you at this moment. You are perfectly safe and perfectly protected in your inner cove. And sigh, just let the troubles of life fade away from you. And down on the beach, you notice that there is a fishing boat, and a figure is beckoning you and waving at you. It is a fisherman guide. And you stand yourself up and you start to walk down the beach. The waves are lapping in. It's not too rough today, just a gentle swell. You get closer and closer. And your fisherman smiles in greeting. And he asks you if you would like to go on a journey to the ethereal isle, the Enchanted Isle, that you can see out yonder. And if this is something you wish to do, you agree. Otherwise, just sit down on the beach and enjoy the journey in your mind's eye as you sit there. Those of you who want to, you let your fisherman friend help you climb aboard. And he pushes out. And the birds cry out overhead. And they launch out as well, as if to guide the boat. And your fisherman friend pushes the boat out, and a wave lifts you up. And you start out. He turns his little engine on, and you start to chug out across the water. And the boat swells on the waves. And you feel the power of the sea. The sea that surrounds and connects us all. And you settle down to enjoy the journey, smelling the salt in the air and tasting it on your lips. You lick them now to taste the cleansing saline energy of the sea. And you lean over the side of the boat, looking down into the water. It is either light blue or a green, depending on where you are in your mind's eye in the world. And as the boat cuts through the waves, the white froth cuts through the colour of the aquamarine and taupe of the sea. And you sigh out in a deep, contented sigh. Feeling relaxed and safe and secure, bobbing along to your enchanted island. And you scan the waters, and you see in the distance a whale tail. Such luck, such luck. The sea god Tangaroa resides in the whales and the dolphins that your guide tells you. And then you see the whale spout, and it catches the colour of the sun. As you chug along out to your enchanted isle, relaxing all the more further with a gentle swell of the ocean waves. And then you sit up as the island gets closer and closer. Excitement mounts. This healing place you are going to is very beautiful, you are told. It is looked after by the faerie folk and the sea folk, the mer people and the selkie. And it is a place of healing and calm, a place of fun and of relaxation and cleansing. The side that you pull up to is closest to the land you have just left. And your guide points out the hinterland where the beach healer lives. And he says on the other side of that hinterland is a beautiful enchanted cove, a place of safety where nothing hunts. But you are docking at a wharf, a stone wharf. And he pulls in, and as he throws the rope, you hear the sound of laughter and merriment, and a finger reaches up, a big stone finger, and catches the rope to secure the boat, and it ties it to a large standing stone there. And the ferryman tells you that he will wait here for you. He will mend his nets, and you are to go and enjoy yourself. You can hear the bird song, and as you disembark, you reach hold of what you think is the dock, and a lady of stone arises, clams and crabs and lobsters and seaweed drapes this ethereal goddess of sea and of land, and she helps you down. And you hold her finger as she guides you up the steps and onto the green, green grass of the Enchanted Island. And she smiles down at you and tells you that this is a place of balance and a place of learning and healing, and that you are very welcome here on the Enchanted Isle. And you step down. And you start to walk one foot in front of the other inland in this lush place, a cultivated place. There are stone ruins and plants draping and growing all around. And you walk through the bright, bright flowers. The butterflies and the bees and the birds sing a welcome to you. And before long, you see the wee folk of this place, and you feel the energy of the Arwen, the inspiration that you will gain, and I will draw the Arwen symbol. And a woman steps forth, a beautiful, ethereal woman, and she takes your hand and walks you through the Garden of Wonders. And she tells you to gain healing from the nature and nourishment. And you walk and walk, feeling the solid ground of the Enchanted Isle. All the while, the sea is still bubbling in the distance of this place, and you feel something stirring deep within you. Take a few moments to let Arwen guide you and see if words or rhymes come into your head. Peace, healing and tranquility is offered on the Enchanted Island. And as Arwen steps back, another fairy folk, Druid, steps forward to take your hand. And this is the healing fairy. And she guides you over to some of the ruins where beautiful pink clematis cascade down from the pillars, and lush plump grapes grow from an entangled mess hanging down from what was once an arbour, and she leads you over to a stone couch, a stone table made of aquamarine, and she invites you to lie down now on the beautiful light blue aquamarine. And all the while you can hear the waves in the distance as she gets to work. She starts at your head and she takes your head in her hands. Feel her beautiful calming energy as she cradles your skull, calming those thoughts and those worries and anxieties away. And she whispers into your ear, peace, healing and serenity. Peace, healing and serenity. Peace, healing and serenity. And then she moves down to the base of your neck and skull. And she cradles that piece there for you. But she runs one of her hands down over your face, about an inch away, calming you and just dry brushing, which is a Japanese technique. Just dry brushing your worries away. And she uses her ring to smooth out your furrowed brow. Feel that pearline essence down your temples. Right down the middle of your forehead, between your eyebrows and your nose. And then she works on your jaw. Relax, relax, she said. Nobody wants anything from you at this moment. And nobody needs anything from you at this moment. You are completely safe, completely healed of all your worries while you are on the Enchanted Isle, she says. Just let the noises of the place behind you fall away. And on the aquamarine bench, you feel as if you are being rocked by the waves lapping in the distance. And she puts her hands either side, just below your neck, at the top of your rib cage, either side of your clavicle. She applies some steady pressure there and sends the healing to you, calming you, relaxing you, soothing your worries away. And then she holds each of your arms, making you feel safe and secure. And all the while, birds and butterflies and bees hover around. And then she soothes your heart, and you can hear wind chimes somewhere in the distance. She takes away the pain and the upset. All the while reminding you to be in peace, to receive healing and serenity. Let the music lull your soul, she says. She moves down your body, over your energy centers. Drawing in the abalone symbol, where she feels that you need cleansing. The chocolate of the faerie. She takes your hips and she just bounces the energy through, which you may feel now in your body, just making sure there are no blockages. She places a hand on your shoulder and directs energy into your base, just grounding you, taking anything out that no longer serves, and tells you to breathe out. And she then takes a magic double-terminated Lemurian crystal and directs the energy in spirals right down to your feet. She does this again from above your head, just working around your chakra and energy line. And the last time. She says, breathe out, my child. And then she places her hands on your shoulders again. And tells you to accept the healing. Accept it for yourself. You deserve it. Which you do so now, and you can feel it working on your cell structure and your emotions. They have simply evaporated and fallen away. She then takes the abalone and directs light energy back into you. The pinks and the greens and the purples. Feel it warming you, warming your face. As it puts light energy back into you, use the colours, the pinks and the greens and the oranges to warm you and nurture you. This is the love shell, she tells you. A very magical and powerful shell, a gift from the seas, a gift of nourishment for food, a gift of cleansing as it works on a vortex energy, and the gift of love and colour therapy. It works on the 4th chakra. And as I block the holes might get stronger, you may be able to feel that. The original sad lamp. And then she touches you on the shoulder and says, it is time for you to sit up now. And she offers you a drink of fresh water from the fairy well. From the well on the Enchanted Isle, it's perfectly safe to drink, she says. Tastes like citrus. Because she says we have squeezed mandarin juice into it. And then she brushes your aura down with a seagull feather. Ever so gently you feel that. The gift of air. You've had the gift of the earth by the crystal. You've had the gift from the sea, from the shell, and now she gives you the gift of the skies with a feather healing. She gives you this feather, a seagull feather, which you take as your talisman for your journey. And she tells you that this will be the gift of the inspiration of the Arwen that you chanted earlier. And she tells you to cascade the Arwen as often as you can, because singing is good for you. And the Arwen is the Celtic sign for inspiration. Arwen. And she draws it with the feather. And the Druid thanks you for coming to see her. And she takes your hand and walks you back the way you came. And she tells you to come again, and she hands you back to Arwen, who takes your hand and walks you back through the fairy garden on the Enchanted Isle. And the grass slopes down, and you see the sea, which has always been in your ear since you have been here. And she turns and faces you and tells you, now that you know the way, you must return whenever you are in need of healing. She then goes on to tell you there are many other things you have not seen on this island. There is the beach healer whose cottage you saw on the way in. There is a sheltered cove where dolphins and mermaids swim. It is completely safe, and even sharks are allowed here. And they help you to face your fears, because they do not hunt in these waters. And then she points off, and she points to the outer edge of the island, facing the open ocean, and there are amazing cliffs and rock formations here that you can go to. And she tells you that there are lagoons and waterfalls and all places for you to enjoy at your leisure. Create a mind map, she says. Go on armchair journeys. Explore the Enchanted Isle. And you will meet many benevolent fairy folk and healers, animals, and mythical creatures. She then cups your hand in hers. She is holding your writing hand, and she imparts the Arwen into you, which you can now feel moving up your arm and into your heart and your mind and your throat. Write down some dreams, little one, she says. Write down some dreams. Get creative. You do not have to show anybody, but start to work the magic of the Arwen in your mind. And breathe out. You both then start walking back down to the wharf where your fisherman friend is waiting, and the stone lady sea and land goddess gives you her finger, which you hold as she guides you down the steps and onto your boat. She makes sure that you have your feather, your quill for writing. But she says one more gift. And she produces an inkwell full of dragon's blood ink. Write with this, she tells you. And you thank her, and she helps you back into the boat. You keep hold of your feather, but you place the ink down next to you. And the ferryman loads his nets back in, for he has been repairing them, as he said. The rope is thrown back into the boat, and you cast off and head back to the land that you can see in the distance, lying in the prow and looking up at the scudding clouds above you and a beautiful blue sky, noticing any shapes and symbols that appear to you. And soon a wave pushes you in, just in time as the clouds turned grey and the sun has gone in, and you hear a crack of thunder. We made good time, the ferryman says, as the heavens open and the rain pours down. He tells you that he is down here quite often and that he will take you to the Enchanted Isle whenever you like. And you thank him. And grasping your feather, you head back up the beach into the rain, the water, the gift of life. And I'd like you now to let the scene fade away. And feel yourself coming back into the room. I'm going to take the coral out. Which has cleansed and cleared and kept you grounded. And I'm going to take the yin and yang stones. I'm now going to just put my hands on your shoulders. And I'd like you to grow roots out of your shoulders and down past your hips and knees and down through your feet. And they grow down and down and down, regrounding you so that you can continue your day. But remember to play and remember the inspiration of the Arwen and to start writing and being creative. And I shall now disconnect with the lightning Raku symbol. And I thank you for coming on this journey with me to the Enchanted Isle. A blessing on your day, a blessing on your family, and a blessing on your